All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call the Loyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Chakudash and Shani Kabad at Walla Requab the Quanyam Nawa Wa Shalayakim Nawa. That is the belongers to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom wa Barakim la Bakonyam Shalayasharala. That is peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. And as always, may a double portion of the Holy Spirit be put upon all the brothers that are still offering their bodies as a living sacrifice to push out this word in truth and in sincerity. So I just wanted to bring out this article very quickly. It's entitled, Trump is set to announce an executive order against social media companies. Now you can see this article was written early this morning, today being Thursday, May 28th. And I knew this was going to come out today. So I looked up if he signed this executive order, and I guess he's going to do it maybe later this evening. You can see the time, 12:52 in the afternoon in which I'm recording this video. But basically, what I wanted to speak about is how this is going to mark, or it does mark, the beginning of the end of these social media platforms. And we already know that through YouTube, that's basically the main social media platform in which we've been pushing out the true understanding of these scriptures. And because of that, when all these social media platforms go away, there's going to be a famine of the word. We know that, but what I want to speak about is basically how majority of these Babylonians have been finding comfort in social media. And when that's gone and done and it's over with, then the comfort of these people are going to be taken away as well. So we'll wait to see if he signs this order today and he puts it into effect today. And basically we'll get more details about what it means. But as of right now, we know that a whole big catastrophe or situation has been brought up in order to come against these social media platforms, and they will be gone soon. So this first paragraph says, President Donald Trump is set to announce an executive order against social media companies, not just Twitter, social media companies, on Thursday, today, days after Twitter called two of his tweets potentially misleading. The draft executive order being prepared by the Trump administration tests the boundaries of the White House's authority. Now we're going to jump down and we're going to start reading, or actually all we're going to read is these two paragraphs right here, because I just want to talk about the exact situation that happened, because it's all that matters. It says, on Tuesday, Twitter applied a fact check to two of Trump's tweets, including one that falsely claimed mail-in ballots would lead to widespread voter fraud. That's what Trump said. Trump immediately shot back, accusing the social media giant of censorship and warning that if it continued to offer addendums, or AKA those fact checks, to his messages, he would use the power of the federal government to rein it in, or even shut it down. The draft order also accuses social media platforms of invoking inconsistent, irrational, and groundless justifications to censor or otherwise punish American speech here at home. So this is basically the situation. Trump said something concerning mail-in ballots, so that has to do with the elections coming up. And then Twitter applied what they called a fact check to his tweet. And that fact check basically represented that what he tweeted about could be misleading or false information. Trump is basically saying that, look, because Twitter is putting this fact check under my tweet, then they're basically meddling in elections. And I'm not going to let that happen. My administration is not going to allow that. So now today, what they're going to do is sign some executive order against not just Twitter, as we're about to read, but all social media platforms. Check it out. It says, it also faults Google for helping the Chinese government surveil its citizens So why didn't they put this out a while ago when this happened with Google? It says Twitter for spreading Chinese propaganda, Facebook for profiting from Chinese advertising. But all of a sudden now they want to do it. It says Facebook, Google, and Twitter didn't immediately respond to a request for a comment because honestly, they're probably with it. They know exactly what's going on. Nothing is happening, by coincidence. These elites know exactly what they're doing and they want. It is in their plans, believe it, to make these social media platforms go away. So, this executive order is not just against Twitter. It's against the giants, Facebook, Twitter, and Google. And Google bought out YouTube back in around 2006. So you know a famine of the word is coming. But this also means, and that's it on that article, it also means that what? When these social media platforms go away, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Snapchat, all of it's going to go away. And real quick, let's look up this word before we get into the scriptures. Comfort. The word comfort literally means to cheer up, console, soothe when in grief or trouble. And what have majority of these Babylonians been running to during this so-called quarantine? I know it's being lifted right now in some places, but when we were in the middle of the quarantine, everybody ran to what? They ran to TikTok. They ran to TikTok. They were texting more and more, texting so much that they were getting cramps in their thumbs. I know people who have told me that. They were on Instagram twice as much, Facebook twice as much, and they found comfort in it. They were cheered up during that so-called time of grief, when they lost their jobs, when they couldn't go outside, when the clubs and bars were closed down. People found comfort in these social media platforms, but it's going to all be taken away very soon. And this is kind of what's going on right now, but it's going to happen on a larger scale, when these social media platforms are finally taken away. Isaiah 24 verse 7 says, "The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh." And these people are merry-hearted right now. They're happy. It says, "The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it." And these people know these TikTok dances and all these TikTok, I'll just say videos, basically like it's a song. You have a good song and it's just stuck in your head, and eventually, because you keep listening to it over and over and over again, then you memorize the words, sort of like how we memorize the scriptures. We just hear it over and over and over again, right? These people know these TikTok dances like it's a song. These social media platforms are basically the songs or the comfort for these people. That's what they go to when they first wake up. People first wake up and what do? They check their phones. They're on their phones to look and see if they got any messages. And then they go on social media to see if they were sent a message. And then they go on their timeline and they get to scrolling. They're scrolling. Scroll. An hour goes by and they just woke up. They woke up at 8 and it's 9 o'clock and they still in bed scrolling on social media. But that's going to be taken away. And they're going to be sighing. They're going to be languishing. And they're not going to be rejoicing anymore. And all this is going to happen. Best believe it, that these social media platforms are going to be gone and done and taken away during the same exact time that Jacob's trouble breaks loose. Because we're kind of in it right now. We're just in the beginning stages though. Right now, this is just the beginning of sorrows. But it's going to be fully manifested very, very, very soon. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. And America is that city of confusion, and it will be broken down. So let's bring out now the balance to this, which is what I always strive to do, because the elect is being comforted spiritually, and it will be shown on a physical sense that we are comforted during these times of Jacob's trouble when the Lord is watching over us. So Isaiah 61 verse 1 says, "The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek," meaning those that are humble. "He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn." These people aren't comforting right now. Once again, they're merry-hearted. Everything is going well for them. They're living out what they want to do in this life. They have their own desires and ambitions, not worrying about what the Lord told them to do, not thinking about the Lord at all. They're not mourning. Who's mourning? The elect are mourning. We understand that we're being oppressed and that we're under our enemies and that we need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to come back. So we're the ones. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. But now I'm just speaking in a positive manner now. We're the ones that are going to be comforted. And we have to believe it because we have faith in the Lord and we're doing his will. Verse 3 says, "To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness." So everything is going to be flipped very, very, very soon. We're the ones that are going to be walking around smiling, walking around happy, merry-hearted, if you will. Why? Because we're going to have the understanding of what's going on during this time of all-out chaos. And moreover, we're going to be protected and we're going to be eating. Thus saith the Holy Scriptures. It says that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. And the Lord is being glorified through us right now. And that's by way of us preaching these scriptures. And let me grab one more scripture, because there's so many that you can run to concerning the comfort of the Lord, especially in the New Testament. And we're comforted right now, like I mentioned, by this word, which is the comforter. But what I'm going to do is just go right here because it kind of sums it up. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 3. "This is the reason why we prophesy. Of course, we know we do it because we've been told to do it. But 1 Corinthians 14, verse 3 says, But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification," meaning to build somebody up, "and exhortation," which kind of mean the same thing, but exhortation more so goes into, what am I thinking of? It's basically like you exhorting, that's the same word. It's like you're imploring someone to do something. So to edification and exhortation, it says, "and comfort," meaning we're strengthening somebody. Or as a matter of fact, I actually did look up the word exhort. Here it is. Oops. Because it's on my mind now. Exhort. Oh, to encourage. It's right there. That's what you're doing. So we're edifying, we're exhorting, meaning we're encouraging, or you're imploring somebody to do something, you're motivating them. And then it also said to comfort. That's why we prophesy, to strengthen. Okay? So I just wanted to bring out that balance as well. But the point being here that what? Soon, and I'm going to go back to the article, soon enough, the comfort of these people is going to be taken away when these social media platforms, I guess, are being taken away. So we'll see what this executive order says and what it details. And maybe if it's something worth mentioning, then Lord's will, I'll make another video about it, but we'll see. So I pray that the elect were edified. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.